How do you film yourself alone in Paris without getting your phone stolen? It's probably the single most common question I've gotten in the comments in the last couple of weeks. And it's understandable because there are so many negative and horrible videos about pickpockets and petty crime in Paris, which does exist, but maybe not quite as much as the fearmongers would want you to believe. Today, I'm gonna show you 5, maybe 6 of my favorite tips and tricks about getting great shots of yourself in Paris by yourself without getting your stuff stolen, as sent out by Insta360 with their Flow 2 Pro. And I'm gonna tell you a lot more about that as we go. Every shot that you're seeing in this video was shot using it, unless you see it in it, which should make total sense. The first step is to pick a low profile. Like, just look like you belong well enough. Obviously, if you're in a touristy location, you probably stand out to some degree, and that's okay. You can be a tourist, but if you look like you're at least aware of what's going on and your hands aren't encumbered, a lot of the things that end up drawing pickpockets in to get you is if you're distracted, if you have like your phone hanging out in an easy to reach pocket, if your hands are full and you're trying to juggle things going up the stairs, you're walking around in a crowd, you're carrying food, that kind of stuff. So you just want to make sure that the harder it is for you to defend yourself, the more aware and alert you are of what's going on around you. What makes the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro really nice for this when it comes to staying quick and discreet is that it has this very simple, straightforward activation where I literally just have to unfold it like that. And that's it. It's literally up and ready to go. With the little tripod here, it does pretty well on most uneven surfaces as long as the little footies can actually make purchase. Just like that, you're ready to go. Like, it's set up, it's set to film. I can turn this around, get it to track me. And now I've got a little bit of a hands-free talking that I can do that I've deployed in all of like 10 seconds. If I have to pick it up and go, like if I start to feel unsafe for whatever reason, I can run for it. And you can tell that in an area like this, there is a lot of chaos, a lot of people from all over the world being tourists, doing their thing, enjoying Paris, but you're gonna be fine. There are a couple of features that help to keep a low profile here as well. Like the selfie mirror, there's this nice little mirror right in the middle of the phone right now. It doesn't show you exactly what you're seeing, but it gives me a great idea that yes, you should be able to see the Eiffel Tower off to the side right now, which is really helpful because usually when you're filming with the back camera, which gives you so much better quality, you also can't tell what it's seeing. The other thing is the quick pairing with the NFC, and if you're using an iPhone, the Apple Dock Kit. To my knowledge, this is the first phone gimbal that uses Apple's native docking. You don't have to use the Insta360 app, although the tracking in that is way better. It's significantly better, especially when you add the AI camera to the bottom. But the nice thing is if I stand up, if I want to move around, it does a really good job of picking me out also of like a crowd. Like there are a lot of other people around here that it could be picking up on. But it knows, because I started it tracking on my face, that I'm the one that needs to be tracked. Anyways, first thing is just keep a low profile. The second thing, we're gonna jump straight to it because I wanna get out of here, is choose your location wisely and getting a little bit farther away from the obvious spots. The first thing about picking a better place is just getting a little farther away from something like the Eiffel Tower. It makes it a lot easier to get shots of the Eiffel Tower because it's huge. It takes up a ton of space. You need a really wide lens if you're gonna be able to see it when you're like up close to it. And when you use the Insta360 app, you can turn on gesture control. So if you get away from it, you can actually just hold up your hand and start filming by yourself. And then the zoom tracking that it's got, when you like, it can keep up with you even if you're on your bike. It kind of blows my mind actually how well this does. The second thing is it means that there are just less people around, so it's easier to survey what's going on. And I always make sure to double check what's happening. I was gonna say not lose direct eye contact with my phone, you know? At least not for long, but then that van showed up and there goes that tip. But if you're paying attention and you see what's going on around, you can judge the distance between you and the closest person. And then you know you can always get back to your camera or your phone before anybody is any the wiser. Also, when it comes to location, get to the far side of things. Like I'm on the far side of the Arc de Triomphe now from the Champs-Elysees. So many fewer tourists come over here to get their photo, and you get the same angle of the front of it. You don't have to wait in line or anything like that. A little extra effort goes a long ways. One of the things that really helps me the most is traveling light. I want to carry as little gear as humanly possible. So if that means I'm carrying my MacBook Air to edit with, I've got my phone, a microphone, and this thing actually bundles a few things into one for me that's very nice. It has a tripod built in, so you don't have to worry about that in a pinch. You can set it up, stabilize it. It's what you really want to have when it comes to the time lapses as you're going. But the thing that is not obvious at all about this thing is it also comes with a selfie stick built in and a couple of really cool features for panning, craning, doing a whole bunch of random stuff. There's a whole setup for this. It's pretty sweet. I am not a selfie stick person. I like what this thing can do. And then that mirror on there helps me to know, oh wait, hold on. Now I can see the bridge behind me. It's like I'm in Inception. And the last thing with this is that it doubles as a battery pack. So it's a selfie stick, a tripod, and a battery pack in one. You can plug your phone into this whenever it gets low. It'll charge it off of this. So even on those days when I don't really have a need for this, for whatever reason, it's already really light. I can put it in my backpack, carry it around. It encourages me to have some fun and take some time lapses and some other things that I otherwise probably wouldn't. And even if I don't end up using it, if I end up running low on battery, I can just plug it into this thing. It's also lighter than the battery pack that I normally carry. I can just throw all that stuff away. I'm not gonna throw it away, but you get what I mean. Timing is another thing to keep in mind. People are generally decent. Nobody's really looking to steal your phone. And if they see it on the ground in the first place, they're not gonna realize what's going on quickly enough to just like grab it. Like they're not gonna see a phone and be like, aha, and snag it. Even if they want to steal it, they're gonna stop, look around, see if they can spot who owns the phone, what the heck is going on before they even take the risk. So if you time it right, where you leave the phone behind, walk away, walk back into the shot, and you've scoped out who's around and the timing of traffic lights, whatever else, it's a pretty safe endeavor overall. The thing is, there will always be people around, right? It's Paris. You're never gonna get fully away from people, but getting a little farther away makes it feel so much better. And then with this little AI camera, it is so much smoother. Like I wasn't using the AI camera when we were over by the Eiffel Tower, and you saw that it was good, like, and it tracks faces very well. But this is way smoother, the way that it tracks me as I walk around in circles. If I just walk around like this, then it's gonna get shots of me walking around like this, and I don't have to worry about it. Keep going, tracks me even if I walk around like these barriers and stuff, and it goes for a whole 360-degree rotation. There's no stopping it. This little gimbal makes for some really cool options. I love the time lapses because I'm being very aware of where my camera is at all times, because I'm making sure to stay close enough to it, and I'm keeping my eyes up for suspicious characters. There are a whole lot of them in big white dresses right now. I don't know what's going on with that. It means that I feel very confident leaving this behind to get the shot that I want. And if there's ever a circumstance where I don't, I can just wait. And the last tip is to accessorize appropriately, because like I said, I really want to travel light and I want things to go quickly and smoothly, especially when I'm filming by myself. Fumbling with equipment is a surefire way to enrage me very quickly. So there are a few things that have been very helpful. A couple I've mentioned and a couple you've seen, like this holster in which I've been carrying this the whole time. There's this backpack holster that I've swapped between this backpack and my Cooper backpack. So when Cooper and I are riding around, my dog, in my backpack, then I have it right here and I can grab it and I can pull it out safely when I've stopped, but then to film us riding together a little bit and to get some really smooth Cooper riding footage. The other thing is this metal backing. This doubles as a bit of a stand and so forth if you need, a phone stand, but you slap this onto the back of your phone and it means you can really quickly click in and out of the gimbal itself, which I love everything magnetic anyways. And the last thing is the AI camera, because this makes the tracking so much better. The tracking without this thing is fine when it comes to faces. If you're doing that natively or in the app, it does a really good job of tracking my face when I shove my face in there and I start recording and then I walk away. And I've gotten pretty consistent results with that. But it's so much smoother when you're using the AI camera, and this is how you end up tracking things like Cooper or your bike, other objects much better. Like pet tracking, when I tried to track Cooper when we were playing fetch and so forth, without this thing, it would work okay some of the time, but it was really inconsistent and honestly couldn't keep up with him, especially when he was running by really fast. Plug this guy in and it's like 80-90% better. It just clips into the USB slot here on the bottom and you face the camera the same direction as whatever it is you're shooting. A mistake that I made very early on where I was like, why isn't this working? Oh, because it's not looking at me. Kind of important. But once you add this thing on there, the result is kind of amazing. I've had a lot of fun playing with this over the last few weeks. I have beaten it up. I have tried it out. I am going to be keeping this in my backpack all the time, like I said, because it just adds something really fun when you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I could get that shot by myself that I could never get otherwise, particularly when things are moving in the tracking shots. Same with getting moving time lapses. And then there's a bunch of other fun stuff that I haven't even cracked into yet with this. The app is actually very robust. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. And thanks above all to Erin, Cain, today's Patron producer. I really appreciate your support, all of you. And I will leave you with one more time lapse that I took of Notre Dame on our way out.